Welcome to Spring Qigong. This is our third section where we will awaken our inner dragon. And in this session, as it's being recorded, there is a gorgeous full moon starting to rise. And tonight there'll be a lunar eclipse. And in this journey, you'll be introduced to a form called three circles around the moon, which is a swimming dragon form. And it is intentionally to be practiced in the light of a full moon. So I invite you to just sense and feel yourself as you're starting to orient yourself to this practice, as you're starting to prepare for this practice, as you're bringing yourself here. And as you do so, really allow yourself to take up all the space you need. We're on an exploration, on a journey through this full moon with a dragon. And these dragons, what do they represent to you? Why are you so compelled to be with the dragon? Why are you so drawn to the moon? What in you wants to be in alignment with true power? As you're feeling into this, you're asking yourself what you want to receive from the experience. And you're starting to set an intention for your experience that you are going to focus on to help guide you. And so as we are breathing down into our bellies, feeling our roots into the earth, allowing the top of our head to lift as we come into alignment, we find ourselves at a garden gate in spring. And this is our garden that we have cultivated and will continue to cultivate our entire life. And you've been drawn into an area of your garden that's calling you. There is an area of your garden that is alive, that wants your maintenance, that wants your attention, that wants your love, that wants your power, that wants to be your focal point. And as you're at this gate and you're sensing into and feeling this area of your garden that's calling you, a gate guardian appears in the form of a dragon. And this dragon just simply asks you, because you can see that you want to go to all these places in the garden. Which place do I choose? And the dragon just simply asks you, what do you choose, my love? What do you choose? And so you pause. And when you know what you choose to dedicate your life force to grow into, to what you choose, who you choose to become, bring your hands and feet together, and with a humble bow, set down anything and everything that prevents you from that. Set down the old beliefs, the old thoughts, the old ways of being, the old habits, the chatter, the distraction, the worry, the fear. Humbling bow forward, emptying your cup. And when you're ready, after you've set that down, feel yourself breathing in new life, filling your vessel, filling your body as you unfurl your spine, one vertebra at a time. Feeling yourself emerge like a fern in the springtime, in the morning, glistening with dewdrops and light as you emerge rooted and gloriously beautiful. And as you step across this threshold, know that you're stepping into a circle of power. And we'll start our practice with showering chi and knowing we're going to create this sphere of energy around us. And when you think about what is a dragon, let's start to create that sphere of what is a dragon. Well, the dragon is half snake, half bird. So as you connect with and you inhale up the yin field, connect with that snake, that earthy, powerful, physical, grounded energy. That's form and grounded. And now as you turning your hands over, now connect with the wings, with the bird that can fly. And now as you exhale, integrate the snake and the bird into one being. And now as you pull this energy up this time, connect with the mundane, meaning the ordinary life. And as you turn your hands over, connect with the mystical and the metaphysical. And integrate the ordinary and non-ordinary, the mundane and the mystical. And as we're connecting with the dragon, we're connecting with power. So what is power? Power is energy. So draw up energy. A field of energy from the ground, drawing up all around you. As you turn your hands over, power is also choice. So as you reach up, you're connecting with your choice. What do you choose? And you integrate energy and choice into your body as a form of love. And this time as you draw up the scene, the full moon. You can see it with your eye. And now as you turn it over, connect with the eclipse, the thing that's hidden from you. And know that that's what dragons teach you. They show you the hidden mystery. Let's do this one more time in silence. Let the form teach you. Let the dragon teach you. And now as your hands arrive down, let your breath come all the way down to your lower dantian. And fire and dragons are synonymous. So we're going to fan the fire. And we're going to bring our hands to our lower dantian and fan the fire. I'm going to step just a little closer just so you can see me. We recently have been through a journey where we connected with our umbilical cord into this, to your navel. This is source chi. This is the origin. This is where you began. This is primordial essence energy. We're going to breathe into this place. We're going to ignite and kindle this fire within. Okay, so how you do it is you just simply inhale, your abdomen expands. And then as you exhale through your mouth, your abdomen pulls back, but it's just a little bit stronger. Exhale out all the way. Hold your breath. Relax your body except for this area. Now, when you inhale, draw your breath right to your lower dantian. Expand. Now hold your breath. Soften everything. It's like you just put a lid on it. And now breathe softly, but breathe right to this area like you're breathing a fire alive. Breathe soft and slow. It's normal to get like your heart beating, a little lightheaded. It takes the energy out of your head and it brings it here. Breathing soft and slow. Let's do that again. Inhale. As you're exhaling, your pelvic floor pulls up. Hold your breath. Inhale. Expand. Hold your breath. And now release. Breathing softly directly to your lower dantian. As you ignite this inner fire, this is your belly fire. This is metabolic fire. This is fire of creation. Beautiful. Now that we have our fire lit, we're going to let this energy move through our body. Now we've got a little bit more energy to work with. And as alchemists, we always want to work with energy, more energy. So let's just go ahead and start to open up this practice. My feet are rooting down, my knees are slightly bent, and yet I'm like starting to rise up like a tree. You see, like imagine how the trees are just growing up. And I'm rooted in this moment. My shoulders are dropped, my fingers are awake. This is an activation. I'm activating my spine. In Taoism, dragons are associated with the spine. Like India, they do kundalini, snakes in the spine. In Taoism, it's dragons. So we're going to enliven our spine. So as you inhale, now exhale, just gently turn from your hip. And now your low back, and now your mid back. And start to look over your shoulder as you exhale. You're stretching up and twisting. And then return to center. Inhale. Now exhale to the other side, enliven your spine, twisting your hips, your low back, your upper back, looking over your shoulder. You're lifting up to the top of your head. And then back to center. Now we're going to do that same thing. Your knees are slightly bent. You're lifting, you're twisting, and now you can kind of come up that back. This leg, I'm coming up onto my toes as I'm turning. It helps me twist a little further as I'm coiling and wringing out my spine. Inhaling to the center, plant that foot, turn, twist, come up on the toe as I turn from my hips, my waist, mid back, upper back, shoulders, and then root down. Now just more softly, just twist from side to side at your own rate and rhythm. You might go fast, you might go slow, but your fingertips are lifted and you're enlivening your spine. And now start to bring your hands a little lower. And each time you pass, your hands just kind of come a little lower. And each time you notice your hands get a little lower, it frees up an area in your back. You can start to make this so it's soft, it's not such a tight twist. And as your hands get lower, you almost kind of sink down. And you're turning and looking behind you. And now go ahead and plant your feet and come right into knocking on the door of life. And now, okay, so we're working with dragon energy. What element is dragon energy? That's wood, right? Wood needs water. And so right here, give your kidneys a little bit of love here, kind of nourish them, connect with them, appreciate them, so we can water our roots. And bring one hand up to your lungs, and you can knock and clear. You know, you always, in knocking on the door of life, it's a perfect opportunity to cleanse and clear any stuck emotion. You know, the emotions of fear and kidneys and safety, those are key areas in your kidneys. And then sorrow and, you know, grief and epic beauty, those are all emotions that are held in your chest. So just working with the energies that are present in your body, cleansing and clearing and opening your body, activating your spine, preparing for your practice. Coming back down to your lower dantian. And just come into water waves, letting your spine uncoil, come back to its center, come back to stillness. And as you find stillness, just breathe into that. Let's continue preparing to meet the dragon. So bringing your feet together, clasping your hands. So as you inhale, You're inhaling up, and you're turning your palms over, and you're coming up onto your toes. You're raising the bubbling spring. This is helping you with your root. And now you're up on your toes, to the best of your ability. And now just gently turn to one side, like bend. And you're opening up this whole liver channel. And turn your eyes and look toward the area, the side of the room that you're bending toward. Then coming back. And then just gently folding to the other side. Opening up your liver channel. And coming back up. Turning your palms over. Coming down onto your heels. Letting your heels root into the earth as your hands settle. We're going to do that one more time. You're going to inhale. Turn your palms over. Press to the heavens as you come up onto your toes. And gently side bend as you exhale. Inhaling up. Exhaling to the other side. Inhaling up, reaching up a little higher. And then turn your palms over. Let your heels find the earth. And we're going to do another variation of that. I love this movement. You're going to come up and now turn your palms out. So this is round. My palms are out. It's round. Now, this is going to really prepare us for swimming dragon. So what I want to show you is as I'm turning, I'm going to turn this way. As I'm turning, this hand that I'm turning toward is gripping my fingers. And as I'm turning, this hand is pulling the other hand. This hand is just being led. And then I turn and look over my shoulder. Inhale back to center. Now, this hand grips the fingers and pulls the other hand over as I turn and look over my shoulder, and I pull this hand in front of me, and what's happening is I'm opening up and creating space between my shoulder blades. Inhale back to center. And now twist to the other side, pulling that arm, opening your shoulders as your knees are pressed together. Your knees are slightly bent, and you're looking over the opposite shoulder. Inhale back to center, keeping that nice round shape, and then exhaling as you pull one arm to the side, looking over the opposite shoulder. Back to center. Now, keeping your hands where they are to the best of your ability, just drop an elbow and turn your hand to the side as you open up your side. See how you're opening this area? This is going to help you with the form that we're learning. Inhaling back to center, meaning that means that elbow comes back. Your hands stay where they are. The elbow drops. And so my head isn't in the middle of the circle, but ideally it would be in the middle. And now I'm twisting. And then back to center. Let your hands float down. Gently step out. Little shake it out. Okay. I'm not going to do a full shake here because we're going to shake in just a second. Here's another little piece I've been wanting to share with you for a long time. This is a silk reeling set. So because we're coiling in spring, we're learning to grow. This is a wood dragon. We're learning to We're cleansing our body and coiling our body. So bringing your hands like embrace the tree, letting one hand set down. This hand that's up, you're going to just gently turn from your waist and look over your shoulder and see now that your thumb is up. As you stretch your hand behind you, turn your thumb down and your pinky is up. And so now as you inhale and you spiral through the palms of your hand like I'm a waiter holding a tray. And now I turn and look over my other shoulder. And now my pinky has turned to face me. And then so I'm spiraling, twisting it all out. And then when I come back to center, I just naturally my body comes into alignment. And now I just bring fresh energy in. So what we're doing is we're releasing and we're letting go. We're at an equinox. So where were we 6 months ago? So let's turn and look behind you, look back. Where were you 6 months ago? As you uncoil and you twist your thumb down, there's this wringing out of old energy. And so then when you come back to the front, your hand rises up and spirals the other direction, and it causes you to turn and look over the other shoulder. And it uncoils and it wrings out your whole body. And so then when you're ready, you come back to the front, come back to the center. And then just breathe in all the fresh energy into all those spaces that you just cleared. One more time. Inhale, the hand is up. Exhale, turning from your waist, turning and spinning and coiling that thumb down. Inhaling back to center. Your hand is like a waiter holding a tray. As you turn and look over the other shoulder, now the pinky is the leader. And then when you just unspiral and come back to center, breathe in some fresh new energy. Refresh. This will be our last one. Inhale, exhale, turning from your waist. Now let your thumb lead as it spirals downward as you're looking back to where you've been, this whole journey you've been on for the last 6 months. And now as you bring this awareness with you of where you've been, you're having to have a new perspective as you look over the other shoulder. You can see something differently now. And then you come back to center, and then you just get filled with that awareness, with that freshness of the new space. Now we're kind of opened up. We're going to do one more piece before we come into the dragon. This is the dragon uncoiling. It's called the coiling dragon. So it reminds me a lot of this Libra full moon. So I'm going to just soften my knees and I gently turn my hips. And as I do, I'm letting this hand rise up and I'm letting the pinky is connected toward my third eye. Let's just get the mechanic. And then I'm going to let this hand float down. And as it floats down, I turn my body away. And now my thumb is coiled away. So when I turn, my thumb is coiled away. That's my exhale. When I inhale, I turn and look at my hand, and my pinky is facing my third eye. That's my inhale. As I exhale, my hand lowers down as I look away, and my thumb is faced away from it. All right? Okay, inhale, look at your pinky. Exhale, let this hand float down as you coil away. And it's kind of a stretch right now. We're activating this area as a stretch. But now you can start to make it softer like a flow. Dragon coiling, or coiling dragon. Inhale, look at your pinky. Third eye. Pinky is your heart. You're putting your heart and your third eye together. You're tracing your thumb, which is your lungs, and you look away. Let's try our other side. So inhale, look at your pinky. Exhale, let this thumb trace down your liver meridian as you turn your head, and your thumb is twisted away from your body, and you're looking away. Inhale, looking toward your pinky as your hand rises. Exhale as your hand floats down, twist away from your body. That's a stretch. Let that be a stretch. And now soften that into a flow. Inhaling, your hand comes up. Exhaling, your hand goes down. And now it's not just a movement with your hands, it's your whole body. Let your whole body start to engage in this coiling. And now, if you're ready, let's do both hands. One hand floats up toward your third eye as you inhale. That hand floats down as you exhale, and then as you inhale, the other hand faces your third eye. Twisting from your waist, turning from your center, coordinating your breath with both hands, holding these dynamic polarities of yin and yang, of these dynamic emotions, these experiences we're going through. And yet we're still doing it synchronized, harmonized, with such beauty and such grace and wisdom. Dragon uncoiling. Now just make it even softer and even more fluid. Let this like rewire, re-knit your energy field as you're coordinating your breath and your energy lines, as you're moving without resistance. And we'll make this movement even softer. And smoother. And we'll come to completion. Let's do one more just movement with our body before we come into the dragon. So opening up your stance a little bit, just to move our whole body, uncoil our whole body. We're going to do teacups. So one hand's on your hip, and one hand shoots forward. Now, I did it this way. So since I did it this way, I guess I'm going to work with this way. This way. This hand that comes forward, let this hand come behind you. Let your eyes follow your fingers. Now my weight's shifted. So I'm going to shift my weight. My hand is going to come over my head. And I'm going to shift my weight, and my hand is going to come over to the side. Now I'm going to shift my weight. My hand is going to come in front of my chest. Shift my weight. My hand goes behind. Shift your weight. Hand over your head. Shift your weight. Your movement really isn't so much in your arms, it's in how you're shifting your weight. Shift your weight. And I want you to extend into it, not like lean into it, but like extend through your hands into it and extend into it like you're opening yourself up and you're shifting your weight back. And the goal is to try to keep your palms up the whole time. And so this is like an extension. It's opening up every joint in your body. And a lot of us have been in circle together for a while, so we know that we work with time and realms of time and circles of time. And this spiraling action is helping you spiral through the different layers of time and the different aspects of yourself, kind of weaving you, knitting you together as it knits and weaves all your joints together. So now start to make it really soft. So it starts to be just more easy, more smooth, more fluid. Like you're reeling silk reeling. Like you would be a gorgeous dragon swimming through the air or through the water. Okay, we'll start to let this side come to completion. We'll just come through one more path and bring it to your hip. And the other side comes forward. So you're gonna shift your weight back. Your fingers go behind you. Shift your weight. Your hand goes over to the corner, over your head. Shift your weight to the other corner. Shift your weight. Hand in front of your chest. Shift your weight back. Start to extend out through your fingers, shifting your weight. That's what moves your body as you turn your waist. That's what gives you your strength and your power. You start to move as a unified field. Opening up every joint. What is the dragon showing you as you spiral through these cycles of time? We're in an eclipse portal, and we're at an equinox and a full moon. And so these are all markers in time. Like you may not really remember when I say 6 months ago, but when I say Samhain, where were you on Samhain? What were you doing then? And when I think about planting the seed for when you'll be completed with this journey in the summer solstice, right? These are all woven into these spirals of time that you're working with here. And then that's also all woven into these areas of your garden If you're weaving in a healthy body, a connection to spirit, a connection to love, when you move softly and gracefully through this movement, what's possible for you? How can this movement help you? So soft. Start to activate this power inside you. We'll slow it down. Making it softer so you can bring it to completion. Bringing your hands to your hips. That was a real beautiful movement. But if you want to shake out your arms, you can lean forward a little bit. Shake out your arms, opening up your low back. Shifting from your hips and your waist to just get into your loosening up your legs. We did a lot of work with our arms here. Okay, shaking it out. Okay, let's come to the swimming dragon. We're going to practice this first as a playful little moment, and then we'll do the form. So at the playful moment, you're bringing your hands and feet together. You're at prayer. There's a smile on your face. We're just learning something. We're playing. So let's just get the movement, right? So in the very beginning, the dragon likes you to call forth your power. So it's like you're going to lay down on your prayer hands, like you're going to lay down. And you're going to extend out. And you're going to call forth these 3 rings of power. Calling your power to you. The power to unlock these 8 key areas of self-actualization, right? So you're calling forth these 3 rings of power. In a Taoist perspective, we call them the 3 treasures. In feminine power, we call them the 3 power centers, right? So we're calling forth this power so we can unlock it, we can activate it. The first movement we're going to do is you're just going to shift, your knees are together, your hands are together, your fingers are directly up. Taking a nice deep breath, you soften your hips and you shift your weight. Your hips go one direction, your head and your hips go one direction, and your hands go the other. And so you come back to center and then exhale and go the other direction. So let's just go back and forth and explore your range of motion as you gently get in touch with this dragon body. Just back and forth, opening your body. And now we'll come a little lower. And this hand is floating across my solar plexus area. And I'm looking over my shoulder as I'm just gently letting my hands float across. As I'm turning my gaze. And then we'll go down like our tail. And just wag your tail. Let your tail stretch. And each time you turn your palms over. So each side, you Turn your palms over when they come to the midline. Yeah. And you're just stretching your body, you're playing, you're having fun, you're feeling beautiful. Coming to your solar plexus here. It's going from side to side, opening up. And up near your throat, the heart area. And now start to just swim, bringing your hands to your heart. And as you do, you're not really moving your hands, you're moving your spine. And now you're moving your spine and you're bending your knees and you're going low and you're exploring your body. You're exploring your range of motion and you're starting to rise up. And just moving, undulating like a serpent. Soft, rising up, rising up, rising up. All the way up and come up onto your toes. And then slowly bring your hands down to prayer as you lower your heels. Let's do that. Well, I'm going to step out. And for time, we're going to start the official form. Okay, we'll start the official form. What we just did is practice. It's fun. It has all the components, but it's not super refined. For time's sake, I'm going to do the official form that has much more refinement. Okay, you would do this form with the full moon. You would do this form as often as you want to, but for time's sake, we're just going to do it a few times on each side. We'll practice this form again and again in other sessions. Okay. Now, there's swimming dragon, and then there's 3 circles around the moon. They almost are the same, right? Swimming dragon, everybody does. People don't care about the moon. Doesn't matter if you're a man or a woman. Everybody does swimming dragon. 3 circles around the moon is swimming dragon for women. It's a slightly refined practice. Okay. Your hands and your feet are together. Your feet are rooted into the earth, but your feet, the weight of your feet is more close to the balls of your feet. So bubbling springs is open. You're not stuck on your heels. You're more like toward the balls, like you're able to pound. Your knees are softly bent, and that means your quads open, your back is elongated, and the top of your head is lifted. I'm not just bending my knees, I'm elongating my spine. Okay. You start by placing your thumbs into your navel, and you breathe down into your lower dantian. Your palms are not forcing onto your skin, but there's no space between your hands and your body. Your breath is down into your lower dantian, into that fire. And then you're invited to stand here for a little while just to anchor your breath. But for tonight, we're going to get started. So with your next inhale, bring this energy of this fire and your hands up to prayer. And now when you exhale, you're going to raise your hands up toward at an angle as your body sinks down and your gaze looks down toward the earth. Now you bring your hands up over directly above your baihui. And now you shift your weight and bringing your hand down a little as you look down toward the earth. Don't worry about your breath just yet, but now turn your hand over and go directly at your throat chakra as you look over to that shoulder. Your knees are pressed together, your hands are pressed together. Now your arms are very close to your body. Turn your palms over and swipe across your solar plexus. Look over your shoulder. Turn your palms over at right here at this point, and then continue. Now turn your palms over right at your solar plexus, looking over your shoulder. Turn your hands over directly at your throat. And now let your hand rise up to the top, come up onto your toes. Stand there as long as you can in your practice. After you've done this 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times, you'll be able to stand here for a really long time. You'll be surprised. Take a nice deep breath. Now I want you to pull in the light of the moon, that full moon, and pull in that eclipse. Pull that energy in to your central channel as you inhale it down through your central channel. Pull it in, down, and beyond your heart and come all the way down, all the way down, all the way down into your lower dantian, and feel how this light pours down into your dantian to fill your cauldron. Now just breathe here and settle. Feeling how the energy is now following and is now coming, pouring down. With your next breath, you're going to inhale. And now as you exhale, we're going to just go to the other side. So you're going to exhale. Your hand is going to rise up kind of to the corner of the ceiling as you look down toward the earth at an angle. Bring your hands up over your head, over to the other corner of the ceiling as you look down. Now, turn your hands over and right at your throat. Turn and look over as your hands extend as far as you can without forcing. Turn your hands over, bring them very close to your body, and slice close to your solar plexus. Now turn your hands over, come into alignment with your center line, looking over your shoulder. Hands very close to your body, over your solar plexus. And now turn your hands over right at your throat. Look over your shoulder. Extend your arms up. Come up onto your toes. Rise up. Connect the palm of your hands with the soles of your feet and the Bai Hui point. Connect now to the moon. Inhale, draw in the moonlight down into your central channel. Down, all the way down. Inhale it all the way down to your lower dantian. Now softly breathe. In your own practice, you want to do this many, many times. Many, many times. 30 minutes of just those movements. Breathing. Now, what we're going to do, because we're close to time, you can step out a little bit. And I want you to take this moonlight, this eclipse energy, this source energy, this fire, and I want you to play with this chi ball. Like activate the palms of your hands, like spread out the palms of your hands and then like press this energy in. Like your hands are massaging the energy that's inside your body. Just start to play with this chi ball inside your body. Now, your hands, you might feel a lot of energy between the palms of your hands, or you might not. That's okay. And that's okay, but we're really not focusing on the palms of our hands. We're using our hands to connect with this internal energy. Then you're going to compress it and turn it into this chi ball. Like how last session where we thickened up the energy. So we're taking that moonlight and that energy, we're thickening it up. Okay, now you have this chi ball that you're playing with. Whatever you have in this moment is perfectly fine. And now take this ball and take it down to, with your hands, like press it down to your pelvic floor. And now press it to your sacrum and now draw it up your spine. Like you're literally moving this energy, like you're dredging it through your spine. You're moving it through your spinal cord as you inhale. Inside your body, this energy is inside your body. You're drawing it up your spine, up to the top of your head, staying inside your head. And now my hands are going to go really far forward, but the energy is going to stay inside my body. And it's going to go down the Ren channel, down this center line, all the way down to my pubic bone, down to the pelvic floor. And now just do that same thing. This is called Dragon Circulates the Pearl. You created this pearl, your hands are condensing it and moving the energy down your Ren channel and up your do, up your back, up your spine, and down. Your hands look like they're moving in a big circle. Your mind is inside your body as you're circulating the pearl of consciousness in through your body. Now you're creating this pearl through that moonlight, through the source chi, through the eclipse, but also remember the dragon made you look at the things you turned away from. The dragon brought out some tension and showed our pain points. See, those are irritants. You have to have an irritant. You have to have a grit. You have to have a rub in order for your body to create this pearl. This pearl is a healing experience from those wounds and from those pains. And so you're now circulating this pearl of consciousness through your body. I'll do it in silence so you can feel this energy rising up, like that you are moving the energy. You are being an active creator in this experience. It's not just happening to you. You're doing it. And now you can start to soften. Definitely just start to soften, and you're no longer directing the energy, just like follow. Just start to be a listener and follower and allower and surrender, but keep the energy inside your body. You're just observing. Just a few more times. And now go ahead and bring your hands down when your hands naturally make it down. Play with this chi ball a little. And now here you can sense and feel how the energy in your dantian is moving. So you want to stir that energy into your dantian. Stir it up like into that pearl. Condense it back and like place it in your dantian. And you might also still have some energy in this little energy in your chi ball that's really fun to play with. So you can play with your chi ball for a minute. Dragons love playing with chi, so I invite you to just explore this chi ball. It could be big, it might be little. You can move it any way you want to move it. You can follow me, you can do your own dance, but just however this chi ball wants to move is perfect. Just play with it. So beautiful. And now allowing this energy that you're working with the moon, you're working with the eclipse, you're working with the dragon, you're working with your intention and the universe and time and eternity. I mean, there's just so much here. So there's a rich, beautiful opportunity for medicine and healing and beauty and an elixir to be created. So I invite you to just play with this energy and just give yourself a chi bath. Let this energy go wherever you want it to go. I oftentimes put it on the top of my head and just let it feel it in. And just go ahead and just bathe your body, bathe your emotions, bathe your situation, bathe your intentions, bathe your bones, bathe your heart, bathe your loved ones, however you want to utilize this energy right now that you just generated for healing. And we'll start to complete our practice by inhaling our hands up and then exhaling our hands down as we start to pull down the heavens. As we're doing this, we're integrating with this experience of merging the snake and the bird and of coming with the dragon. And having this real, to me, it was a very gentle and beautiful experience. And just being thankful and appreciative, and feeling that you're able to complete this practice in a way that you can seal it in, that you can remember this form. And hopefully you sensed into and felt the power of the swimming dragon form. I learned this form from two different people. One person taught me the first way that I shared to you, and another person taught me the second way. But the first person that taught me, Lee Holden, shares a story about his teacher that he learned it from in China. And apparently, she was a master teacher, 106 years old. And she taught Qigong every day in the park, 5 days a week, something like that. 106. So, Qigong, this swimming dragon form, is a form of longevity and resiliency. And it's been handed down from women for a very, very long time. So now go ahead and bring your hands and feet together as you close this practice. letting everything settle down into your cauldron as you feel complete and integrated. And everything that you no longer need goes down into the earth, sealing it in one more time. And this, when you're sealing it in, when you can really sense and feel the energy in your lower dantian. In the beginning, it doesn't really matter because you can't really feel it that much. But when you can start to really feel it, it's not a big circle. It's a very small circle. You're like putting the lid on it, sealing it in. And with that, we'll bow. Our right hand is like the bird that can fly, and our left hand is the snake that comes down to earth. The yin and the yang, the full moon and the eclipse, the sweet spot and the gap. We integrate it all, and we bow. And we bow to the dragon, and we bow to everything that's unfolded in our circle as we bow to each other. And we bow to our teacher's teachers, and the teacher within. And when you're ready, inhale, drawing that into your heart, into your life, and stepping across the threshold and bringing this radiance with you wherever you go. Thank you. I invite you to journal about your experience with the dragon, about your pearl and circulating it, about the moon, about anything that came to you.